Okay, moving on. Next row. Page of Pentacles. And it's interesting, she's got a plant, right? When I was saying stop uprooting the plants. Eight of Beakers, which is the Eight of Cups. The Page of Books. What else? The Five of Torches. The King of Beakers and the Eight of Torches. There's another ace. Shame and Decay, which is Judgment. No, it's the Sun card. Imagination, which is the High Priestess. Eight of Pentacles. So there's a multitude of worries because right now we're addressing what someone's worries are, because there's plenty. There's plenty of worries here, which is why you're creating a blockage for yourself. So either you're worried that you're going to mess it up. You're worried that it's going to take a lot of work. You're worried that what if you're not the right person for it? You're worried that life is going to change. You might leave behind people you really care about. There's a lot. You're worried about a lot, basically. A lot. And you're giving all of that worry power. So we have two pages. This could be children that you're worried you're going to have to leave behind. This could be maybe your inner child is urging you to go in a direction that is really uncomfortable because, again, she's holding a pen, right? But it looks like she's also holding a key. And this is about going down roads you've never gone down. So maybe you have to sit down and write a book. And whatever the book is about, maybe it's really vulnerable. You're really scared of writing it. Maybe it's poetry and it's about, putting your heart in the line. Maybe it's music and you're going to talk about things that you've never shared with anyone else. Whatever it is, you're creating conflict. You're creating conflict. And look at this. Again, this is King of Beakers is the King of Cups, right? But look at the worlds inside of his head. You are creating whole universes that should be shared, but you're just like, oh, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm not good at this and I'm not good at that. And what if I mess it up and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Beakers says an unending source of inspiration, powerful and profound imagination, the beginning of a creative project, the start of a love affair, love itself, overflowing and possibly overwhelming positive emotions. So if this is a love connection, you're freaking out because it's making you feel too much. Or you're afraid that if you do fall in love, you might let your heart run away with you and make all these mistakes and get gaslighted and manipulated. Like you're already thinking about everything you don't want to happen. If this is not love, it's an unending source of inspiration. And again, you're allowing all this inspiration to basically just spill over into your mind, but you're not doing anything with it because you're afraid you'll mess it up. Make that make sense. Let's look at the Page of Pentacles. Let's see. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles represents a young person who truly understands the material world, could be very helpful to you. So again, this might represent inspiration. You may have people who could assist you But again, that would require you actually opening up to people helping you. Let's look at the Eight of Beakers. Although something is lost, you still have what remains. Allow yourself to grieve and move on. See? So I've noticed a lot of you are still, well, I shouldn't say I've noticed a lot because I don't know where the fuck that came from. Okay. So I don't know if that's where that came from. Let me rephrase. If you are somebody who's still stuck on the past, that's also a blockage. If you're still expecting your ex to come back, you're still expecting a reunion, you're cock blocking yourself, because I've told y'all repeatedly, no one from the past is your person. No one. I don't care how you rationalize it and how you try to spoon feed that to yourself. This has come up repeatedly. Let go, bitch. Let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let's look at the Page of Swords, Page of Books. A young person who inspires you to think differently. Take a fresh approach. Begin researching or teaching yourself. So this might have to do, there may be things that some people can help you with, but you would need to put yourself in the position of learning from them. Especially when they're younger than you, your pride may be getting in the way. You may be like, I don't need this person's help. Fuck them. But they're showing up younger than you and yet having skills that you do not have. And so like, okay, you don't want to learn from other people, then fucking teach yourself, but do something. Stop staying stuck. Whatever it is that you're stuck on, there's things that you can work through. So if it's shadow work and you don't want to go work with a shadow worker, do your own fucking shadow work. If it's, I don't know, learning things about, I'm not sure what a young person would know that you don't, but whatever it is that other people know that you don't, if you don't want someone else to help you, then do it yourself. But do it. Stop combating it. Let's look at the Five of Torches. To fight an invisible monster. To fight an invisible monster, you need to join forces. Working alone, hear me out. Working alone will get you nowhere. You need to work together. Whatever it is, I'm telling you, whatever the fuck this is, you have people that have knowledge that you don't, and you're cock blocking yourself because Queen of Wands can also get a little arrogant, right? She can get a little too spicy. And you're telling yourself that you don't need anybody else. You can teach yourself. And obviously it's not going well. King of Beakers. So the King of Beakers says, a monarch of the worlds of imagination or the world of dreams, author of fictions, psychoanalyst, mystic, musician, word weaver, image maker. So this may be the person that you really need help from. Whoever this King of Beakers is, this is a powerful person. This is either somebody who already has created books, or this could be somebody who like psychoanalyzes other people and they have a lot of knowledge about that. This could be a mystic in some way. They could be a musician. They might just be someone who's really eloquent and good with words because they're called a word weaver. Or an image maker, so an artist, like they either paint or draw. You may need someone's help. And you're telling yourself, no, I'll teach myself. Well, clearly it's not going well. Last but not least, Eight of Torches. Run towards your fears. Speedy action will be successful. Move faster than your competitors. Oh. So this tells us that you're not the only one with this idea. That's why Hecate's like, move, ho, move. Because you're not the only one that's getting this idea. And if you don't get other people's help, Before you know it, someone else will put this idea on the market and it's gone. You lost because you didn't move fast enough. Interesting. Let's see. Clarify Page of Pentacles. Nightmare of Daggers. Four of Cups. Clarify Page of Pentacles. There it is. Six of Crystals. Paying that money. Look. Wheel of Fortune. Four of Crystals. The Hanged One. That showed up. Remember, I told you you're delaying your own progress because you refuse to work with it. Okay. Okay. So basically, this is something that could be a part of your path. Like destiny-wise, you're aligned with it. But remember, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys. I believe I have, but I'm going to clarify it right now. Just because we're destined for something doesn't mean that we have to do it. If we refuse to, it's just going to show up in our next lifetime. And again, in our next lifetime until we eventually do it. So this is something you are destined to align with. But whether you take action or not depends on you. You're being a hard ass right now. Stubborn as fuck when it comes to sharing resources, which means that you may need to pay someone, especially because we got the Six of Pentacles. You may need to pay someone who has already done a lot of investigative work on whatever it is that you are trying to create. But, ooh, you choke. You choke on that. You're like, catch me paying someone for this shit. Fuck out of here with that. And you won't do it. Especially, I noticed that pages kept coming up and now Knight. So this could be people that you look down on. You think that you may not realize it, but it's because you're looking down on them. You think that they don't deserve your money. They don't deserve your hard-earned pennies. Okay. Sobre aviso no hay engaño. The warning has been given. Clarify the Eight of Beakers. Ace of Cups again. Five of Cups. Clarify the Eight of Beakers. Nine of Bones. I don't know how to phrase this to you because with the Nine of Bones, for some of you, because this is the past, right? It's talking about leave things in the past. In the past, you might have worked with someone. So let's say that this is an author or an image maker, an artist. There might be an artist you know, and maybe this is someone from your past, and that's who you're trying to wait for. That's who you're resolved to work with. You hate working with anyone else, and they're telling you like you're slitting your own throat because you know better. But you're very optimistic and like, no, you don't understand. I want to work with the person from the past. That's the best person. And they're clearly telling you it's not. You are allowing your inspiration to go to waste. It's spilling. You're wasting your intellect. You're wasting resources. All because you're stuck on the past and you refuse to let go. So with the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands, I think they're asking, like, what is it you're protecting really? Whatever this person from the past did, it's a catch-22, because on one hand, you won't let go of how they hurt you because you're afraid of it happening again. But at the same time, that's why you're not letting go, because you're actually hoping it'll happen again. You're hoping that they'll come back around. You're nurturing that hope. Clarify Page of Books. Five of Daggers. Wheel of Fortune. Four of Crystals. Nine of Crystals. Nightmare of Cups. The Sun. So for those of you who, it's weird because it's almost like the people who do have an abundance are the ones who are refusing to share it. Which means that whoever this is for, it's not that you can't afford it. You just don't want to part with your money. Which means you already have someone in mind. You already know who this King of Cups is that can help you. But you're like, no, I want that other person. Why? Because you're hoping it'll go further. You're hoping that if you work with that person in whatever it is that they do, whatever their career is, if you work with them, then things can, rekindle, and that's how you think things will pick back up. When in reality, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot is what they're telling you. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. And the opportunity is going to move on to someone else because you're not opening up. So basically, a door is opening regardless of whether you're there to receive it or not. A gift is opening to someone. Either you do it or someone else is going to get it. Clarify 5 of Torches. Terror of Crystals. Clarify 5 of Torches. The Divine. And the Sun. 6 of Cups. Look. God, I cannot. I fucking can't. Six of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Crystals. Remember the song that I told you? Let's go look it up. There's a song, a Mexican song, that's called Acá Entre Nos. Acá Entre Nos, quiero que sepas la verdad. Hold on. Aunque a mi lado ya no estás. Let's see, Acá Entre Nos. Okay, so it says, to show off in front of my friends, I told them that in love, nobody ever knocks me down. And to prove to them, I was trying to prove to them how badass I was, so I already forgot about your kisses. Just all I had to do was drink a few shots of tequila, and I'm over it. I told them that I found another love, and that in their arms, I've stopped loving you. That I despise you ever since the day of your betrayal, and that there's moments that I've even desired your death. But between us, I want you to know the truth. I've never stopped adoring you, which is why I'm stuck in this sad loneliness. I've wanted to go and scream to the wind, or basically asking you, and ask what's going on with your life. Between us, I'll never forget you. And today that you are no longer by my side, I have nothing further but to confess that I can't stand this, that I'm hating without really hating, because I breathe through the wound. That's what came to mind with this. You are breathing through the wound, so you don't want to heal the wound, because that's all you've got left from this person. The memory. And here you are. Picture this like the painful memories that you have with this person. And that's what you live off of. You suck in every little drop of juice you can from that shit. Because this is what you live off of. I just don't know how to explain it. It gives you energy. You are literally surviving off of the pain, which is why you don't want to heal it. That's why you may be saying, oh, I'm being cautious with my resources. I'm being careful with my money. That person doesn't deserve it, blah, blah. No. The answer is that you're breathing through the wound, so you don't want to heal the wound. That's the battle you're dealing with right now. Whoever did this to you, you still think of them in a very, very desirable way. And your intuition and the sun, like your intuition and the sun means that you know clearly, you know who this person